Some people say it's a lifestyle that chooses the person rather than the person choosing the lifestyle, that some folks are just born to heed the call of the road. There is a place where people with such wanderlust call home. The place is called Lazydays, and for those who live the life of RVing, this is home. As each dawn breaks, a rhythm begins. A process is set into motion to focus on individual needs and deliver whatever it is that is needed to enhance the freedom of the experience. For every level of RV ownership, from the first foray into this exciting new world of discovery and exploration, there is an expert ready to offer advice and counsel.
Hello, welcome to Lazydays. Hello, I'm Scott Kaler.
When we first came in, it was nice because we told them right away that we've never had an RV, didn't know what we were really looking at. And they took the time to really show us everything across the board, from little buses all the way up to the big coaches.
Salespeople really listened to us when we came in. When we first arrived, it was like, wow, this place is huge. We spent easily half a day here the first time, just going around and seeing the different coaches. We made quite a few phone calls to Lazydays, and people were always willing to take the time to talk to us and help us. We just sold our house that was over on the east coast of Florida, and we sold that about 2.5 weeks ago and bought our first RV 2 days after that, and now we're pretty much living at Lazydays.
We're about ready to take off, but we're a first-time customer at Lazydays, and it's our first RV.
Welcome to Lazydays.
Well,
how are you today?
Fine, thank you.
I have
How are you?
cold water for you.
Great.
Great, thanks.
Appreciate it.
This is
Have a
super.
wonderful
Thank you very
day.
much.
I would say we've been dealing with Lazydays for about 10 years, and we've been with them ever since. The service, I do know they've got something like 275 service bays and who knows how many service techs. We're always greeted, again, with welcome to Lazydays, and they're very thorough. They ask questions as to what's wrong, make a list, and they keep you abreast every day as to what the progress actually is. And I'm just very happy with the service department. Plus the brand new service pavilion that they have. Unbelievable. TVs, Starbucks coffee, couches. You can bring your pets inside. It's really, really awesome. I've never seen anything like it.
RVing represents a personalization of journeying, and nowhere else will you find such an outlet for expression.
We were out in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and my air conditioner went out. And rather than go to one of the RV dealers there, I drove all the way back to Lazydays to have it taken care of. That's how much confidence I have in Lazydays.
We called and came all the way back,
Sure did.
got it fixed, and went all the way back.
They were waiting on us when we got here.
And we have never had any problem with any service that we've had done here. When we come, it's coming home, it's hugs, it's hello, how are you? I mean, like I say, it's coming home.
Let's take a look inside. Hi, welcome to Lazydays.
Thank you. Hi, how
Good morning. Good morning.
We like to come to Raleigh Park because it's a great campground. Once we get here, it's almost like home away from home. Tennis courts, the main thing. We park, we always ask for a campsite near or as close as possible to the tennis courts for obvious reasons, our son being a tennis player. Got 50 amp service on all the sites. It's got cable TV. They deliver a newspaper every morning. I've never had an issue with something not working. Maintained very well, all level sites. Swimming pool, sauna, spa. It's immaculate. It's just a great campground.
Care is taken to provide assurance that every purchase is made with confidence and serenity. Techniques and tactics are brushed aside and replaced with guidance and true sincerity.
Our friends purchased an RV here and they just raved about their salesman and the treatment that they had here, and they were very impressed with Lazydays. So they said, why don't you come up and, meet him? And I was impressed when I met him. There was no pressure at all. We were even a little hesitant to tell him what we were interested in, because we thought, oh, this is going to be it. And it wasn't like that at all.
What was interesting was the fact that I told Jim, our salesman, that we weren't interested in getting an RV at this time. And he said, if we were, what would be our wish list? And I gave him some information. I didn't think he'd be able to find it, because we specifically wanted certain things. And he said, okay. We went back to Miami. He called us back, and he said, look, I've got some pictures on the Lazydays website I think you might be interested in. And that evening we took a look at it, and he took some great pictures, exactly what we were looking for. And we called him back the next day, and we ended up coming up here and buying it.
Hi folks, welcome to Lazydays. You're important to us.
Well, thank you.
Archaic notions of the RV lifestyle quickly disappear when one experiences the gentle luxuries that Lazydays provides. Cares melt away as a cloak of accommodation envelops the traveler and seduces them with its charm.
The driver's education experience here was really helpful. That was one of our concerns when we decided to go into RVing full-time, is we've never driven an RV. Much less we'd never even ridden in one before.
I don't think we'd ever driven a station wagon, actually, let alone an RV.
So we were a little bit concerned about that. Everyone we'd talked to in the past said they're super easy to drive. But then one of the nice things that Lazydays does for people to make you feel comfortable with your RV is they offer a driver's education course, and Barney's the teacher, and he's great. He had a lot of neat tricks. First he sits down in a classroom with a group of, I think there's probably 15 or 20 people in it, and he gave us some really helpful hints on driving. And then in the afternoon we divided up into smaller groups, and we each had a turn at the wheel, and we drove all around the parking lot, and we went around curves, and it was a real good experience.
The driving class, I think, gave us the confidence we would have never had to probably start off in our own coach. It was lucky that we got to have the opportunity to drive somebody else's. We didn't have to worry about it. We knew they'd fix it if we screwed up.
Craftsmanship that is up to the rigors and demands of travel is expertly applied. A pride equal to ownership is practiced at Lazydays in every modification, personalization, and improvement.
Our first impression of Lazydays was, we couldn't believe it. It was like a little city.
We came down and we said, now we're just going to go look. We're going to look at a lot of different places before we decide to buy anything. Well, you didn't have to look too many more places because they had like 15, 17 different companies represented here, so it was a one-stop shop. And before we left, we ended up buying something, and I had no intention of buying something when I walked in the door that day.
Well, we've heard through friends and through other clients of ours that have RVs that this was the place to come.
And they actually took the time to ask us questions and asked what we wanted to use the coach for and how our family interacted. And they tried to think about our budget and where they thought we would be best placed.
The service here and the quality of the products that are here and just the overall atmosphere is just, you know, there's nothing else around like it.
Being here personally at Lazydays and the Crown Club, we've not only become friends with the campers, a lot of the staff we really have come to adore. They're really good people, and we really like everyone at Lazydays. I have nothing bad to say about anyone. We just developed such a rapport with everyone here.
We bought 4 coaches from Lazydays, getting ready to buy 5.
The day ends as it began, with a satisfaction and a contentment in the choice of the lifestyle. Stories are built upon and shared, friendships are formed and strengthened, and freedom is rediscovered through experience and camaraderie.
And on behalf of the entire Lazy Days crew, we would like to welcome you to our friends and family.
I think for us, I mean, our first impression of RVing was it was bingo and square dancing, and it's not. I mean, to a great degree, it's a sense of freedom that I think it's going to give us, and you know, part of it was seeing the country before time ran out. We've been able to engineer ourselves the freedom and the working conditions to go do this, and it was kind of the matter of doing it now.
This is the place that provides the kinship that serves as a bank, where the stories, the tales, and the adventures from so many miles are finally deposited, where friendships are formed and renewed, where newcomers feel welcome and veterans still have a thing or two to learn. This is Lazy Days, and if you love RVing, this is home.